Assalamualaikum students. Welcome to my second lecture of operational amplifier. In previous topic, we see the symbol of op-amp with 5 terminals that are inverting, non-inverting, plus voltage, minus voltage and output. This type of op-amp is called open loop circuit because there is no feedback terminal. Feedback means some portion of output comes to input. That will cover in the last portion of this lecture. For this open loop op-amp, the gain is the difference between two terminals. That means if you give two voltages in two terminals, then the voltage difference between inverting and non-inverting terminals are the final voltage to operate by the op-amp and finally amplified. So here we see that the open loop gain is AOL. So the output of the op-amp is open loop gain into non-inverting voltage minus inverting terminal voltage. In these two terminals voltage are same, then the op-amp should be 0. That means if we give plus V and minus V are the same voltages, then it should be 0. And remember that the greater terminal voltage is all the time subtracted with the lower terminal voltage and then multiply with the open loop gain to get the final output. This open loop gain has a problem. The ideal op-amp gain is 20,000 or more, or sometimes 100,000, that is nearly 120 dB or more. This very high gain makes op-amp unstable because we know that electronic device works with a very low gain. That's why we need to solve the problem with adding feedback circuit to control the gain. There are 3 types of operations for an op-amp. Firstly, single-ended operation, which we know earlier. Op-amp has 2 terminals, we know. If we use just one terminal, either inverting or non-inverting, then it is called single mode operation. For single mode operation, we just use one terminal and other terminal should be grounded. Listen carefully. If you use inverting terminal, then non-inverting terminal is grounded. Again, if you use non-inverting terminal, then inverting terminal should be grounded. That is called single mode operation. Earlier, we know that for inverting terminal, we get the output with 180 degree phase shift. For non-inverting terminal, we get the same output like our input. So we can divide our single mode operation into 2 types: inverting op-amp and non-inverting op-amp. Here we see the ground point, which is 0 volt. For inverting op-amp, again I repeat, non-inverting terminal is 0 volt and output is 180 degree phase shifted. For non-inverting op-amp, inverting terminal is 0 volt and output is same as input. The second one is called differential mode op-amp. For this configuration, we must give signals to two inputs. Then the difference between two terminals voltage is the final voltage, and then the final voltage is amplified. Students, look at the figure. Now, if you collect your output from inverting terminal, then as per rules, you will get 180-degree phase shift of the two terminals voltage difference. But if we collect your output from non-inverting terminal, then you will get the same output as you get earlier, but in phase or 0-degree phase. The last one is the common mode operation. Common means same. So if you give the same voltages to two terminals, then definitely the difference between two terminals voltage is 0, and then this 0 is amplified. Ultimate, you will get 0. Now I cover feedback topic. Why we need feedback? Because earlier we know that without feedback, op-amp gain is huge. To control the gain of op-amp, we need feedback circuit. This feedback is two types: positive feedback and negative feedback. What is positive and negative feedback? Do you know? In the figure, we see that alpha is the feedback factor. This alpha portion output is back from output to input terminal. If this alpha is positive, then your input increases because input must be positive. So if your input increases, then that should be called positive feedback. But if this alpha is negative, then your input decreases because input all the time positive. So if your input decreases, then that should be negative feedback. Here we see the feedback circuit according to waveform. For inverting configuration, if you give any signal, then get 180-degree phase shift signal at output. If it is negative feedback, then alpha don't change the output waveform shape. Remember, some portions of the output comes to the input, not the whole output. So now your input and feedback signals are in different phase. That means your input decreases. But for non-inverting configuration that shows in the second figure, alpha will be vice versa. That means previously alpha is 0 degree. Now your alpha is 180 degree for non-inverting configurations. Then after calculations, you get your input is decreasing. Again, for the same inverting configuration, if you give any signal, then get 180 degree phase shift signal. If it is positive feedback, then alpha again change the waveform shape with 180 degree phase shift. Remember, some portions of the output comes to the input, not the whole output. So now your input and feedback signal are in same phase. That means your input increases. But for non-inverting configuration that shows in the second figure, alpha will be vice versa. That means here for non-inverting configuration alpha is 0 degree, and after operation you get that both the signals are adding at input side. That means it increases your input. Now the last slide. Which type of feedback do we use in op-amp? Earlier we learned that op-amp gain is too high for open loop configuration. Thus, if we use positive feedback, then the gain will be more high, then more unstable. But if we use negative feedback, then the input decreases, the gain decreases, and then the output is stable to operate the op-amp. That's why we should use negative feedback for an op-amp circuit. Thank you for your patience. That's all from today's lecture. If you have any question, just drop a message on Moodle. Thank you.